All right, we're joined by assistant coach Dave Vandenberg. Dave, thank you so much for joining us, and congrats on the result tonight. Go ahead and just start us off with your thoughts on tonight's match.
Well, considering that all of our Western Conference rivals won tonight, or yesterday rather, was extremely important for us to get a result as well. We wanted to get into at least fifth by the end of the evening, which we did. With a little luck, we could have ended up fourth, but we continue to do really well at home. We had a bit of a hiccup, obviously, last Thursday, so we wanted to have a bounce back, and I think this was a good game for that. So very happy with the 3 points. Extremely happy with the fact that we have 3 players on 10 goals. I just found out that that's the first time in Timbers history, which is pretty wild. Very happy for those 3. They've been putting in the work since the day I got here, and considering that I got here 4 weeks into preseason, they put in the work for 4 extra weeks. But they deserve this, and on the other side of things, a little disappointed we couldn't keep a clean sheet. That would have been really big for James, for our defenders, and But at the end of the day, when you're facing Nashville at home and you're telling me in advance that we're going to win 4-1, I would have signed on the dotted line. So all in all, a good win. I would have liked to have scored a couple more goals in the second half, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But all in all, it was a good performance by our guys.
Okay, we'll open it up to questions.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations. Amy with Post America. This first half was incredible, very exciting, and we saw a lot of guys that don't usually get a start and got a lot of extra playing time. So I would just like you to kind of talk to us, about what you saw from Williamson, and then fill us in on how David is doing.
We have a really, really good number 10 in Evander, and it's the first couple of games of the season when Evander was out, we beat Colorado here at home 4-1. We tied DC United, and Eric played a big, if not a huge, role in those games. And the unfortunate part for Eric is that he's behind Evander at the moment, and we on the other hand, we trust all of our guys that we have on the roster. Not just Eric, but all of the players that we have that come into games. We have the utmost, confidence in, and today Eric Williamson showed why he is a very, very good player for us and why we have him on the roster. I mean, he was outstanding tonight. Not just his goal, but overall, I don't think he lost 3 balls tonight. And so I haven't looked at any stats, so don't hold me to that. But he was outstanding, and he's been good in practice, and he deserved his chance. I'm sorry that it had to come at the expense of a suspension for Evander, but he was very good tonight. And then, like I said, we have Zach McCroddick come in for Zuparic. We have Miguel Araujo now back, and very happy for our Canadian guys that they're doing so well. But James Pantemis is doing phenomenally in goal in Max Crepeau's absence. So. We have a ton of guys that contribute, and this is not the success of the 3 guys with the 10 goals. It's not the success of the 11 players that played today or last week. This is a group effort. And on that note, we just debuted 2 players, 2 local players, 2 Portland guys into the Portland Timbers. And honestly, that was awesome to see. You saw the reaction of the crowd. It was great for Adolfo, just like it was great for Sawyer. And so I think that speaks volumes of where we are.
And then, Coach, could you just speak to us about just walking out, leading the team out and everything, and then just seeing that offensive barrage in the first half as well?
Yeah, I mean, it was to be honest with you, again, if you tell me that we're going to score 4 goals in the first half, we've done it once before this season. But, I didn't expect this, to be fair. Are we capable of this? Absolutely. But Nashville is a stout defensive opponent, and so it was good to see the way we acted and reacted to them. The guys followed the plan, and it was pretty good to see everybody firing on all cylinders. And was again, it started with really good defense. I think we turned them over in a couple of goals, and from there on we found our forwards and they make it happen. But that starts from the back. So it was a really good team performance, especially in the first half, obviously.
How different was your personal preparation for this match? I mean, obviously this is a part of your job responsibilities, filling in for Phil here, but like what was today like for you, and just how did you feel it went for you?
Well, obviously when you win 4-1, it can't go a whole lot better than that. Yeah, my preparation is obviously it was a little different, but at the end of the day, we knew what we were going to do. Phil has been a part up until, I believe, 90 minutes before game time. He left at, I believe, 6 o'clock. So, Phil is a big part in everything. And just like we trust our players, we have ultimate trust in each other as well. And I'm glad that Phil has that trust in us, the guys that are left out on the bench. And it was, to be honest with you, it was a really good experience. My preparation, as far as how that differed, you try to prep as much as you can. You try to go through some scenarios, what ifs, if you will. What if we're up? What if we're down? What if we go up a player? What if we go down a player? Those kind of things. And we talked those through with Phil, obviously, and we came up with a game plan. It was good, and all credit to Phil because he ultimately led this team, even though he was not on the bench. But every time we scored, I saw him going nuts up there. So it was good to see.
Kate, we're going to wrap it there. Thank you for the time, and congrats again.